So I'll be teaching you the new method and a perfect way of drafting a skirt pattern. I'll be explaining some things you need to know as a beginner to get a perfect fitted long skirt. To draft a dartless skirt, there will be a little different from the normal skirt that you have been drafting, but trust me when I say that it's very simple and it's not complicated. Just make sure you watch till the end. Okay, if you want to use this skirt pattern for gown, what you need to do is to remove your upper part from your shoulder to your half length. Mine is 17. You get your hip length, which is 26 inches, get your knee length, which is 34, and the full length of the gown. But I'll be using this pattern for skirt. So from the waist, I will come down by 10 inches for my hip line, and I came down by 19.5 inches for my knee length. I also measure my full length. I used 43 inches for my full length. We'll add 1.5 inches for sewing allowance. So I will rule my lines out now. The next thing now is to mark my round waist measurement. For me, I will be wearing a body shaper, so I'll wear my body shaper and measure my round waist. Whatever I got, I'll divide it by 4. If I divide my waist circumference, I have 10.5. I will measure my sewing allowance. I'll be adding my sewing allowance on this pattern. With this new method of drafting a skirt pattern, what you have to do is to subtract 2 inches from your hip circumference. If I subtract 2 from 46, I have 44. So the 44 inches, you'll be dividing it by 4 to get your front hip measurement. Please note that the 2 inches we subtracted from the front part, will be replacing it on the back. We'll get to that very soon. So on my hip line now, I will divide 44 by 4. If I divide 44 by 4, I have 11 inches. I will place the measurement on my hip line. After marking it, so I will connect it with my pattern master. Just watch how I place my pattern master. Can you see how I placed it? You connect it. After that, I will be marking my round knee measurement. To get your exact round knee measurement, you minus 8 inches from your actual hip measurement. My hip is 46. You can only minus 8 inches if you want it to be very fitted around the knee area. But for me, I will not be using 8 inches, because if I use 8 inches, it will be too tight. I will find it difficult to move around, so I minus 6 inches. So if you minus it, I have 40. So I divide the 40 by 4. I have 10. That's what I place on my knee length to get my round knee. So I have connected it. From there now, I'll roll it straight down to the hem. We are done. So I'll cut it out. On the center front, I'll be removing 1.5 inches. Because I don't want it to be folding. I want it to be very fitted and flat on my body. So I will slant it the way you see me doing, and I will trim everything out. After trimming it out, I will bring my back part. The back part is very simple. So what I will do now is that I will place my front part on the back pattern. I'll turn the side front facing me. The center front is facing the other side, where I'll be marking my zipper allowance for the back. So I'll rule out my hip line and my knee line. So on the hip line, I'll be replacing the 2 inches I subtracted from the front part. But because we always put our fabric on fold before we cut, I'll be dividing the 2 inches by 2. So I have 1. So on the hip line, I'll be placing 1. Please note that I did not put my pattern paper on fold. I just assume it's on fold. But when I'm transferring my pattern to my fabric, I'll put my fabric on fold. So I will mark the 1 inch. So I will now connect it to my waistline, or slant it the way you see me doing, and to my knee. Can you see what I'm doing? Please, if you have any question, let me know on the comment section. Please note that it's only on the hip that I altered. The waist remained the same for the back and the knee. So the next thing I will do now is to be adding my zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. I'll add it straight down. Can you see? I'll connect it. After connecting it, I will cut it out. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel to get notified when I post a new video. In my next video, I will be teaching you how to alter a basic skirt pattern to a panel skirt. That's the skirt I wore in my last video that I made over bust corset. Can you see what I have? So I'll be cutting out the 1.5 inches I came down on the front part. I've cut it out. Please, if you have any style that you want me to recreate or analyze for you, I have a Telegram group where you can send your style. I will drop the link below. Make sure you join the group.